Greetings. I'm Shirley C. Taylor, Executive Director of Mind Builders Creative Arts Center. Welcome to Mind Builders 2025 Heroes Day presentation, Legacy in Motion. Since 1978, Mind Builders has been a champion for the creativity and talents of young people in our local Bronx community and throughout New York City. We offer robust and compelling classes in music, dance, theater, martial arts, folk culture, and so much more. Our annual Heroes Day presentation honors and celebrates the voices, unbound creativity, and heroism of people in our immediate community and throughout the African diaspora. Through Heroes Day, our students position themselves as tomorrow's leaders and as artists by lifting up the legacies of countless luminaries who have inspired us. It is always a challenge to select just a few out of so many impactful leaders to recognize for Heroes Day. The heroes celebrated this year represent the versatility of our histories and cultures and demonstrate the interconnectedness between artistic expression and civic engagement. What we are most excited to highlight this year are our personal heroes, those closest to us, whose work has forever shifted our lives and paved the way for the very existence of a place like Mind Builders. As part of this year's production, we are pleased to present a conversation between our folk culture students and Mind Builders founder, Madaha Kinsey Lamb. Thank you to all of our students, faculty, staff, and funders for making Heroes Day possible, and of course to all of you for joining us. Now, sit back and watch as we express gratitude to our 2025 heroes through Legacy in Motion. Enjoy.
Celebration of Heroes Day. Who is your personal hero and why?
My historical hero is Maya Angelou. I chose her because I really aspire to be like her when I'm older because she is known for being independent. She was a writer, a dancer, a civil rights activist, and a singer.
Let our rejoicing rise as the listening sky.
My name is Anthony Nieves, and my personal hero, I would have to say, is probably my mom, because if it wasn't for my mom, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. My mom raised me to be, the best person I could possibly be, and I owe everything to my mom.
Full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Sing it again now. Whoa. The victory is won. Victory is won. Victory is won.
So, Ms. Maraha,
Yeah.
so my first question for you is, can you share the story behind how and why you founded Mind Builders?
When I started Mind Builders, it was 1978, and it started really because I knew that there was a different way that we could transform lives, that we could use the opportunity, the teaching, the community, the things that you all bring to it, and your parents. I mean, we had parents volunteering down in the cafe, making it into a community within a community and letting everyone know that they have power.
Glory, 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 glory be to my God on high. Glory, 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 glory be to my God. One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours, it will be ours. Oh, one day, when the war is won, we will be sure, we will be sure. Oh, glory, glory, oh.
I want to hear some of your dreams. What's a dream that you have? A goal or a dream, even if it's fantastical. I am Madaha, and I have the power to accomplish any dream that I want.
My name is Jaylene, and a dream that I have is to kind of like impact our society and make it a more open place for everyone to kind of feel that they can openly express themselves in any way that they want to.
How do you think? Do you have any idea?
I feel like I can make our society a more open place by kind of just like being an open person and expressing myself and kind of showing that if you're unique and you be yourself, you can inspire other people to kind of just feel open and be who you are without worrying about others' opinions.
My dream is to become a nurse and then be successful enough in my career to the point where I'm comfortable financially to go back to my country and support kids who don't have health care. Because where I'm from, in my country, there are a lot of little kids who don't have, or families who don't have enough money to care for themselves when they're sick. There's not a lot of hospitals in the Dominican Republic that have enough money to care for these people. So one of my biggest dreams is become a nurse, get enough money, and then build a hospital in Dominican Republic.
And I found out that components fly on, so I was wondering what inspired me to create this piece and who is it dedicated to?
What inspired me to create Fly On was, I guess, going through the motions of life, like learning a lot within the past good things happen, bad things happen, but you know, you learn to press on, and each section within my song kind of represents that. When I was finally done with it, I actually genuinely really, you know, enjoyed it. I dedicated to, at least for Black History Month, you know, another personal hero of mine, which is my great-grandfather, Rafael Adames. So I didn't know that a lot of people don't get the chance to, you know, like meet their great-grandparents. So when I found out that, you know, that it was rare, I just was a bit surprised. He passed away when I was like 10 or 12, and I remember saying that when I was younger, I always wanted to dedicate something to him, and you know, I kind of miss him to this day. So what better way for me to do that than, you know, through my first composition.
And what's the power that you have?
My name is Ariana, and I believe that power is the way you affect people, or the way people see you. I think that's power. Like, the way you can change somebody, change their minds, or change the way they act. I think that's real power.
My name is Alejandra, and I think individually we all have the power of choice, and that the choices that we make and what it does and how it affects our lives. I think as a group, the power we have is the power to group and to come together and create that. Not everybody has that power.
My name is Giselle, and I think the power that we all have is our voice, the ability to advocate, to speak up for what we want, to express our opinions and thoughts, whether it's through words, or through dance, or even writing. I think that's truly power, in being able to express ourselves and kind of express what we want and our needs and what we want to see the change. And the power of words, it helps us become the change makers and leaders of our future.
Nylon cover 5 minutes. Whoa, we are too hot in the business. Woo. About to make a movie independent. Woo. Need new trucks independent. Woo. I need you to listen to the vision. Woo. All your verses sound like dirty dishes. I'm about to clean them in the kitchen. Woo. And we making money by the minute. Woo. I'm about to do it way different. I am just an icon living. I am just an icon living. Icon living. I am just an icon living. I am just an icon. I am not a Mayan, I'm a menace. It's wild, you can lie like a professor. I don't got the time to put you on a stretcher. I am here and I still flex. I am just an icon living. Start a record label, Misfits just did it. Whoa, I'm high snob, cover 5 minutes. Whoa, we are so hot in the business. Last verse was before the award show. What? Icon tatted on my torso. Me and Moy dipping in the Porso. What? I ain't even taking on torso. What? Down. Last girl signed a divorce, so what? Now I'm focusing, we about to all blow up. We just trying to make the whole crowd go nuts. What? Look, we don't know no one like you. Gold grills and you dance like Michael. What? No eyes, misfits, no typos. Look, wait. We just wanna make you go psycho. Put $100,000 in the Bible. Ooh, I took the game with my eyes closed. Last verse was before the award show. What? Icon tatted on my torso. Me and Moy dipping in the Porso. What? I ain't even taking on torso. What? Your this fire, I'm more so. What? Young Jaden dying on the floor. So what? She broke my heart to the core. So what? I guess we all gotta grow up. I'm just an icon living. Start a record label, Misfits just did it. Whoa. Interview cover 5 minutes. Whoa. We are too hot in the business. Whoa. I'm going straight to the top of the crew. We should just chill and maybe take it slow. Before we get up there with nowhere to go. And we can chill and just look at the view. Woo! Damn. Load a yellow rose into a rifle. Ooh. Me and Harry about to go psycho. Put $100,000 in the Bible. Damn. Wait. Goatee beef dance like Michael. Michael, man, this on like a light bulb. Light bulb, over all the cutty in a Tyco. Damn, about to make a movie independent. Woo. Need new trucks independent. Woo. I need you to listen to the vision. Woo. All your verses sound like dirty dishes. I'm about to clean them in the kitchen. Woo. And we making money by the minute. Woo. I'm about to do it way different. I am just an icon living. I am just an icon living. Icon living. I am just an icon living. I am just an icon. I am just an icon living. I am just an icon.
Thank you, Madaha. For what you represent and what you have done. You have, from your mad and you're sad about having to go down to the Harlem School of the Arts and why didn't we have this in our community? From that energy that you used and channeled in such a positive way, not only thinking about yourself, about how you could affect others, has changed my life. And all of these young people's lives and so many people's lives that's not here today to say thank you. So on behalf of them and myself and these young people who I am sure that one of them is going to do my job one day, is going to be in that office one day, is going to be the new Miss Joss, the new Miss Esther, and Melinda as well. We are leaving it in your hands. We are leaving it in your hands. We really are leaving it in your hands. And we trust you to understand what's important and what needs to be protected and what needs to be preserved. And that is your job. And we are giving it all to you. And Madaha, we from our hearts, from the deepest parts in our hearts, we will continue to thank you for what you did, and understanding that it can come from a mad, and I'm going to do this thing, and that you were a great example of what the power of what one person, with one idea, with one vision, with one mission, with one determination, with one just like, got to do it, and commitment. You have taught us all so much. You've just taught us so much, and we thank you.
Thank you.
Some peace of mind in this lifetime.
Tell them the truth.
I hope you find some paradise.
Tell them the truth. Tell them you're.
I've been going through something. 1,855 days. I've been going through something. Be afraid.
What is a miniskirt? A man in his feelings with bitter nerve. What is a woman that really hurt? A demon, you're better off killing her. What is a relative? Make a repetitive narratives on how you did it first. That is a predator in reverse. All of your presidents he with thirst. What is a neighborhood reputable? That is a snitch on a pedestal. What is a house with a better view? A family broken in variables. What is a rapper with jewelry? A way that I show my maturity. What if I call on security? That mean I'm calling on God for purity. I wanna got me a therapist. I can debate on my theories and sharing it. Whoa. Consolidate all my comparisons. Humbling up because time was imperative. Whoa. Started to feel like it's only one answer to everything. I don't know where it is. Whoa. Popping a bottle with Claritin. Whoa. Is it my head or my arrogance? Whoa. Shaking and moving like what am I doing? I'm flipping my time through the Rolodex. Indulging myself in my life and my music. The word that I'm in is a cul-de-sac. The word that we in is just menacing. The demons portray the religionist. I wake in the morning, another appointment. I hope the psychologist listening.
God knows. I am
reincarnated. I was stargazing. Life goes on. I need all my babies.
Squabble up. Squabble up. Squabble up. Squabble up. Squabble up. Squabble up. Squabble up, squabble up.
Hold up, where you from? Bob, I'm finna go dumb. Sideways, bunk skunk, fever. I'm on one.
Thunk, baby, rockin' it. Quid pro quo, what you want, cause I'm watching it. Work on the flow, let me know if you clocking it. Brody won't go, but I know that he popping it. It was wolf tickets on sale till I silenced it. Pipe down, young, these some whole other politics. With him and some in him, that's a lot of. Don't hit him, he got kids with him, my apologies. Ghetto child, here was Blackie Mouse with the Smirnoff. Yee-haw, we outside, what they about to kill him off. Blaps on blaps, it's a fact, this a brick or all. Tell me why the you rap if it's fictional. Tell me why the you fed if you criminal. Hey, Dot, can I get a drop? I'm like, nah. H-Bone Coon from the west side to Senegal. It's a full moon, let the wolves out, I've been a dog.
Second bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off.
It's crazy, scary, spooky.
Something that's coming to my mind is like I remember people telling me the point of power is in the present moment because you're not in fear. You're not thinking about the future. You're not thinking about the past. You're just right in the moment, and that's where passion meets purpose. And that's what y'all are doing right now.